we are going to be going through and sharing with what the dividend rates were last year and also what they are this year. Again, with a huge asterisk next to it, just making sure that you guys understand it's not super important, but we do want to give you guys an update. The other thing I would say is that some of the companies I'm going to be sharing with you, right, we don't write with all these companies, right? These are some of the bigger names that are out there. So they're the ones that are out there promoting the dividend as the end all be all. And so this is a great way for us to get that message out there and take a little bit of focus off of their dividend, but just to give it a little bit of highlight here. So dividend rates being declared for 2023, right? Penn Mutual, they're going to stay the same. Their dividend rate last year was 5.75, and that is going to stay level. Mass Mutual, their dividend did go up. Last year was at 6%. This year is at 6.1%. Northwestern Mutual, they did go up. They went from 5 to 5.15%. And New York Life, actually they stayed the same. 5.8% last year, 5.8 this year. And then Lafayette, they did go up. They went from 5.2 to 5.3. And in Tradition, One America did not declare a dividend. Mm-hmm. But if you look at their gross dividend declared, it did go up by about 13%, if that matters to any of you guys. So,
I did see that theirs did go up 1 basis point.
Great. Awesome. That's everything I got.
So, Kim, so it sounds to me there was a mixed bag. Some stayed the same, some went up. Mm-hmm. What was your expectation, say, as we were to did this like a month ago before they reported? What were your expectations and what's your thoughts of what happened?
My expectation was it would go up overall, but I wasn't quite sure how much. And the reason that I expected it to go up, but not a whole lot, is because you did mention this, is insurance companies don't really deal in that kind of short-term interest rate environment. They are much more long tail based, I think is the wording that they use. And so interest rates have gone up tremendously over the last 18 months or so. So I knew that there would be an impact. But this right here goes to show that, everybody's going up just a little bit to say they went up, but really, a 0.1 or a tenth of a percentage point overall is not really a whole lot. I think that's more of a talking point than anything. What about you, Anthony? What are your thoughts?
I would say, there's two pieces. As a policyholder, I want higher dividends because I want higher cash value. Mm-hmm. But also as an owner of the company, I know we need to strategically pay dividends. And this last 18 months was so volatile. Yeah. What's going to happen in the next 18 months? When they declared this, the Fed had not made a stance on what they were going to do with interest rates, right? But now, recently, they said that the last meeting they're going to hold them tight, and they're expecting some decreases in the future years. So I think a prudent company may have wanted to wait until kind of we had more of an understanding of what rates or what the economy is going to be doing. So at this point, I was hoping they would increase it, but I respect that if they're being prudent to hold those on. So eventually those will come back to us. Or also they have some more reserves. It makes the insurance company stronger, and maybe they can do some additional things. So, but again, at the bottom line is it doesn't matter, right? When we look at the impact, especially these are 1 basis point is so teeny. And as we'd mentioned, that sometimes they play a game where they will increase the expenses, offset it. Mm-hmm. So the bottom line is we got to look at the bottom line of the cash value and the flexibility. So I am fine with what they did. I will say if things continue the way they are now, I would expect everyone to have an increase next year, particularly the ones who decided to stay steady this year.
You want to see the entire episode? Click here. If you want to learn how investors use infinite banking to increase their returns and lower their taxes, click here. If you want to see if infinite banking is for you and you have some questions, hop on a discovery call with us and one of our coaches. The link for that will be in the description.